Vedant here from Global Kid Media. I'm joined by Mr. Herman Moore, longtime Lion great. Now, excelling in 3 sports, basketball in high school, and setting a high jump record over at Virginia, was there ever those 2 sports over football?
Well, yeah, I started out, I really liked basketball, and I eventually started to become a little bit better at football. And but in heart, I'm more of a basketball player, but football was really an opportunity for me that I didn't realize was going to take me as far as it had taken me, all the way not only to giving me an athletic scholarship to the University of Virginia, but also provided me a platform to go on and fulfill a dream, which was to become an NFL football player.
Now, Thursday was your day. You hold the record in the NFL for receptions and receiving yards on Thursday games. Tell me, how does it feel to hold a record in the NFL?
It's something special because when you own a record, that means that you've done something over a period of time, or you've reached a really high plateau and an apex of a certain position or a certain accolade. And for me, this has been a tremendous accomplishment to be able to do that. Thursday night football was just coming along, and so to have the record in that means a lot. And just going out and setting any type of a record just means that you have a dedication to a sport.
Now, speaking of those records, you and Mr. Perriman hold a record for the first 2 teammates to both have over 100 receptions in one season. Tell me, what's that brotherhood been like over the years?
It's been great. Brett Perriman allowed me to really become the player that I am because he challenged me quite a bit. Anytime that you can have someone who is opposite of you and also that is a teammate that's pushing you, it's just a great way to continue to test your limits. And for Brett and I, not only were we competing as individuals against one another, but we were also doing something individually that will allow us to make our team better, because football is a team sport. So being able to have such a competent guy beside me meant a lot. So it was great to play with such a phenomenal player, not just Brett Perriman, but the entire other 52 players.
Now, one of your coaches, Coach Potts, was a fun-loving guy who loved to tell jokes. And now Coach Patricia of the Lions is a little bit more serious. What style do you prefer and you think is more successful?
You know, I didn't have the opportunity, obviously, to play with Coach Patricia, but I've gotten to know him as a person. He seems like he's really about being a team coach, and he's about a player, being a type of a player's coach. Wayne Font was really that same type of guy, and we gravitated to him as players because he understood all the things that came into being that player. There's a lot of ups and downs, but at the same time, you need to be able to have a great line of communication with your players. Wayne Fonts did that, and that's why he had a tremendous connection with his players. And if I had to pick between the two, I'm still gonna go with Wayne Fonts because I played with him. But at the end of the day, I'm still rooting for a Honolulu blue and silver, even though that blue keeps changing. You know, it looks like Honolulu blue, but now, I don't know, it's a different kind of blue.
Now, working in recruiting and staffing these days, what's your opinion on working with a kid? For example, I don't know, a kid who's trying to break through as the first kid on national TV, like me, or other kids with talent?
Well, you know what? I've been very impressed with working with you, and I've been interviewed by quite a few people over my 11, 12-year career, and I will say this, I'd be more than happy to be interviewed by you anytime, and I know you will be highly successful, and I wish you all the best.
I appreciate that very much. Now, you were one of the very few Lions to have been able to win a playoff game. What was that like, that process, and now what advice could you give to the current Lions?
With the current players, I would say that this is an opportunity for them to take it further than what we did as players before them. I had an opportunity to have a lot of success with the Lions during my year, and having the opportunity to go to the playoffs and go 1 game away from the Super Bowl. But this is a team that every year is promising. So I wish them all the best, and I hope that during my time now being on the other side of it as a former player and a fan for the Detroit Lions, that I can see them go to the Super Bowl.
All right, I appreciate the time.
Thank you. All the best.